Busted. Yep, we're on. We're live.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are. Thank you for joining us on the Premier Geek Podcast. OZ and the Freak Talk Geek. I'm OZ.
And I'm the Freak.
And no, you have not gone through a time warp. You are not
That'd
seeing
be
things.
cool.
I am wearing the exact same outfit as our very first episode. I still fit it, and I haven't gotten any fatter.
Also ditto.
That's right. You're joining us on our very first 1-year anniversary. It's our very first anniversary of doing this pod.
Yep.
Now,
our very first episode, previously on X-Men, was aired March 25th, 2024. Today's recording is on March 25th, 2025. You won't see it, though, until next week. So
tomorrow.
Yeah. Is it tomorrow?
Yeah. This has to go up tomorrow.
Yep, you're absolutely right.
I have a late night ahead of me with this one. We have nothing in the bank, dude.
I don't think this goes up tomorrow. Our last video was Dwarves or Dwarves. So we're missing a Week in Geek 23.
No, this is taking place of Week in Geek.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
Right.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah.
So
so we got one in the bank.
We don't have it in the bank.
Because we already filmed a Week in Geek 23.
Did we?
Yeah. We already filmed a Week in Geek 23. Which means that we got one in the banks, which means we get a week off.
Which means I've got to post that shit so it's ready for.
Well, no, because this one's going to be released tomorrow.
Oh, then we don't need to do that. All right.
So then we have a Week in Geek in the bank. Because that's how we roll here. We do things very spontaneously.
That's such old news now. Okay. Look, this is a perfect peek behind the curtain. Thank you for joining us on this podcast. This is kind of the shit where we just kind of like figure it out as we go.
Oh, yeah.
And we also like have this kinds of discussion. My bud, if I put out Week in Geek next week, that's literally 3 weeks old news.
Well, I guess they get 2 videos.
Fuck it.
I guess they get 2 videos.
Our gift to you for our anniversary is you get 2 videos.
And I would also like to point out that the Week in Geek makes our 52nd video. This will be our 53rd video. So we literally put out 1 video a week.
We haven't missed a week?
Nope. We missed a week, but we made up for it.
No kidding.
Yep. We have 52 videos.
I'm proud of us.
I am too.
Holy shit, dude. Do you realize that this means that I have spoken with you every week for over a year now?
Well, yeah, not including like the text messages and other things.
But okay. Before we even started this podcast, okay, so
we were talking for about almost every single Thursday.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Every week.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna. Okay, confession time. The Freak and I decided to start this podcast when I went down to Houston to see my mother for Thanksgiving. Unfortunately, it was our last Thanksgiving together.
Yeah.
No, actually, it wasn't.
It was that was actually my mom.
That was your mom. Was that Thanksgiving?
My mom was 4 days before Thanksgiving.
And then, but it was in February.
Mm-hmm.
It was in February whenever you came to see me, and it wasn't for Thanksgiving. It was for when you came when my mom was about to pass.
Yeah. Yeah, she was in the hospital.
She was in the hospital, and she was getting ready to go. She unfortunately died of stomach cancer.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the best gifts I ever had was you coming to come see me and come be with me. Mm-hmm. And we went out to lunch and we talked and we decided in the parking lot back at the hospital to pursue a dream, to pursue, at least it was one of my dreams, it was to actually do a podcast.
Mm-hmm. I vividly remember it was actually literally moments before I was actually about to leave. I was about to get in my truck and I was about to head out.
Yeah.
And we were saying goodbye to each other.
Mm-hmm.
And we were just talking about things that we've always wanted to do, some stuff like that. And then you had mentioned that you always wanted to do a podcast. I was like, well, fuck, what's stopping you? What's stopping us from doing that? We can team up. We can do this. And then right there on the spot, we came up with the name of OZ and the Freak Talk Geek.
We did.
Right there on the spot.
And you wouldn't let me not do it.
Nope.
Was the thing. Like, I needed a kick in the ass. I needed somebody to hold me accountable. Mm-hmm. And you did that for me.
Yep.
And you've held me accountable every week to make sure that I do this with you. And I really appreciate that.
Hey, man, partner in crime.
That's
Buddies
right.
for life.
That's it, man. And thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome, man.
Yeah.
That's what friends do.
So we decided to do this podcast, and we did a trial episode first, which
that never got aired.
I don't have. You have it.
I do have it. I do have that, and it's never been aired, and it was horrible.
Was it really that bad?
It was bad, bro. So the very first episode that we did that we never leaked was about collections and things that people collect. And we were literally just talking to the audience and trying to talk to the audience. We weren't really necessarily engaging with each other. We were more or less trying to talk straight to y'all. And it would just seemed rehearsed. It wasn't organic. It didn't feel natural. It wasn't, we didn't like it. Mm-mm. And I was like, you know what? Let's never rehearse for this. Let's not rehearse. Let's just, you and me, pick a topic, and then we're going to bullshit about that topic.
Right. And we even went through and we listed like a whole bunch of topics that we still even haven't gotten to yet.
Yeah.
No. But I remember one thing in that original recording was I showed the Exo Squad figures.
Yeah.
In that video, and I told you I was going to send them your way.
And a year later,
you finally got them.
A week shy of a year later, I got the Exo Squads.
I finally got them too. And I'm so happy you got them because you would enjoy them a lot more than I did.
And what's cool is, like, even though this dude's missing an arm, I'm part of an Exo Squad. I'm in part of an Exo Squad group on Facebook to see if I can find his missing arm. And I had this guy.
Put that a little closer to the camera. He wasn't missing an arm when I put him in the box.
There was no arm in the box.
Then I may have that arm here somewheres.
Well, if you do, cool. If not, I'm a part of a Facebook group. There is an Exo Squad Facebook group, and I'm so excited for it.
Of course there's an Exo Squad Facebook group. Of course there is. Why wouldn't there be?
Well, because a lot of times when there's a Facebook group for something and it gets big enough, sometimes those things get brought back. If it gets big enough, and I'm so hoping for that.
Or I've seen in some Facebook groups, they get so big, personalities clash, and they splinter off and start their own Facebook group for the same fucking topic.
Yeah, there's a couple of them. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
So.
Wow, shit.
Yep, but yeah, it has been a year.
It has been a year. And guess what? I still haven't finished all of X-Men 97.
Jesus Christ. That was our first episode. Our very first episode was previously on X-Men.
Yep.
And it was so cool, too, because none of us, we don't rehearse, we don't practice this shit. And both of us, as we said the title of the show, we both went into our deep voices for previously on X-Men.
There's a syncopation between you and I, and I think that's why you and I have gotten along. Despite how different we are, like, I know that you and I are on the same wavelength about a lot of different things. That's why I appreciate you so much.
Oh yeah, we nerd out on a lot of the same topics.
Right.
A lot of stuff outside of our nerdom is completely opposite. You know, like growing up, this guy, like one of his favorite bands was Cake, and I'm
Still
like,
is.
Cake is a good band. But I'm over here like, you know, Cradle of Filth, Debbie Borger, and all sorts of other weird, goofy names of death metal bands. You know, I like the Death and Decay. He likes the Heroes and good stuff.
This is fair.
I would say all good stuff, but I'm usually the villain. You're usually the good guy.
And see, I want to be the villain so much.
Yeah.
You know, like
maybe someday you'll pull a John Cena.
Ooh.
Maybe
that's
someday.
A topical pull that I did not expect for you to say.
I'm trying to follow up more. See, and we both grew up watching wrestling. We both loved wrestling. I got out of it because it wasn't what it used to be. Wrestling just is not what it was when I was a kid, and I can't get into it. He stayed with it.
I did ancillary. Every once in a while I'll pop back in for around WrestleMania season for WWE. I'll pop back in for WrestleMania season and then kind of pop out afterwards. That's the big like tentpole for the year for them. Regularly I watch AEW, and it's just because I've watched it since the beginning. I know all these characters still. Yeah. So like I keep a good like consistent track with that one. WWE and like okay, let's see who wins the Rumble, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, we did an episode about it. Let's see if I can find that episode real quick.
We did a wrestling episode.
We did a wrestling episode. I can't even remember what it was called. Let's see. Oh, was it Let's Get Ready to Podcast?
Yep.
Yeah, Let's Get Ready to Podcast, April 8th, 2024. And I struggled with this one a lot.
I know.
Because part of the headline of this podcast was we were talking about literally the events that were happening. And I knew one person, and that was Rey Mysterio Jr.
Right.
That was the only person I knew out of the entire event, everything. I'm like, I don't know any of these people anymore. I was so lost.
Yeah. And I mean, you know, but let's see, that's the thing about the show is that you and I have been able to share what we like with one another even more. And not only just share with one another, but share with the people who view the podcast. And I would have never seen Godzilla dancing if it wasn't for the Kaiju My Kaiju episode. And I can't wait to dive back into it more just to see what kind of silliness we can see with Kaijus.
Oh, I'm super excited to get into the next era, man.
And we still also have to get into the next era of NES to VHS.
We do. We have a lot to go back on. We have a lot to go back on.
That was one of the most. I think I researched the most for that episode than anything else I could think of.
Really?
The NES to VHS. I had pages and pages and pages of notes. When we
I believe you.
When we get to a certain topic, like I'll print out everything that I can. I'm still kind of, paper and pen. I need tactile for something to read and stuff like that. I'm struggling for finding a use for this tablet that I have.
See, and that's one of the biggest differences too between us, like our style of doing this.
Yeah.
We've had to reschedule a couple of episodes because he's left like his notebook at work because he writes everything down. There has only been a handful of videos that I've actually written everything down. And
you have Post-its on your phone.
I had, I actually did that one time. I made it look like I was looking at my phone like this, looking up information, and it was actually just covered with Post-its.
Oh, nice background, dude.
Oh, what's it? What is my background? Oh, yeah, you like that? Yep, that's me. But you know, we come together. We've spent a year making this. We have such different styles. I'm not gonna lie. There's been so many of these episodes that I just wing it, and I'll even tell him that. I'll be like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna wing this, man. Like, let's do it. I'm gonna look up some stuff." There's been many episodes where my prep for the episode has been like 40 minutes prior to the episode or something like that, and I'm like, you know, but so like with their nerd stuff and with the geek stuff, you know, a lot of this is just it's like secondhand knowledge to us.
Right.
You know, but he likes to have all of the facts straight. 100%.
I do. I like to be an informed nerd. So like I always considered myself a Swiss Army geek. Okay. I know a little bit about a lot of different topics.
Yeah, I feel you there.
So if there's a hole or if there's more that I can know about that I already have, like fill in more space, my brain just wants to fill in more space. Mm-hmm. Here lately, as I get older, the important shit is starting to fade away, but I still have the unimportant nerd shit.
Yep, blame it on age.
I will. You know, I'm staring 50. You know, like it's coming, and
you got a little bit to go, man. Come on.
I do, but you know, it's coming. But doing this, talking to you, and doing this podcast is like one of my few joys that I have in my life right now. And I'm not trying to be mopey. I'm not trying to be sad and stuff like that. But I truly enjoy this.
Yeah.
When I wanted to be, you know, when I was in high school and when I was going into college, I wanted to be Frasier.
Dr. Frasier Crane?
I wanted to be a psychologist on the radio. That's what I wanted to do.
That.
I thought that was I loved psychology and exploring people's psyche, but I always wanted to be on the radio. I always wanted to like not be like the good morning in Houston, you know, like DJ, but I wanted to have a talk radio show where I was talking to people, learning about people, helping people if I can. That's one of the things I always wanted to do.
Like the opposite of Howard Stern.
Exactly. If people got entertainment out of it, that's what I would. That's what I wanted.
And I'll say this: one of the biggest differences between you and me when it comes to that aspect, because there was a while there where I actually did want to go to schooling for that too.
Yeah.
However, I don't have a good radio voice. This is not the voice you want to be hearing. Like, I mean, and I'm surprised for like the people that just listen to us instead of watch. Props to you, man, because I don't think I have a great voice for this stuff.
I don't think I do either, dude. Like
you actually have a really good voice.
I struggle to go back. Well, I have good diction, but I don't like my voice.
I have a good dick.
Son. No, like I hate my voice. I honestly hate it. Like I'm in the same boat. That was one of the worst things I do is trying to edit some of this stuff and listening to
having to hear your fucking voice over and over.
I'm like, God, stop talking nose for Christ's sakes. I'm like, all right. So
in the beginning, it was rough.
Oh,
yeah. In the beginning, it was rough. In the very, very beginning, when we first started this, we use StreamYard right now. There you go. Free plugin for y'all, StreamYard. Yay.
Hey, little duck.
Give me a discounts. So we have StreamYard now. That's the format that we use. We can bring in images that you've seen on our shows and everything. We actually just recently learned we can do the intro, the outro. We can play music. We can do so much stuff that's really cool with StreamYard.
Right.
In the beginning, we were just learning.
Yeah.
We didn't know what the fuck we were doing. And OZ over here, for the longest time, only had a phone.
Right.
And this goes to prove that, like, you can do a podcast, even if all you have is a phone.
Yeah, absolutely.
So he's in Arkansas. I'm in Texas. He had a phone. I do have a computer. We would call each other on Discord. We would set the pictures up, kind of overlapping a little bit, and I would screen record that.
Mm-hmm.
And then we would go through, or I would go through, and I would take pictures off the internet for something that we were talking about. And I would have to, what was I using? At the beginning, we were using CapCut.
Yeah, because that's what I was using. And,
we were using.
I was telling you how easy it was to use it.
Yeah, so I was using CapCut, and I'd have to pause it, download the picture, insert the picture here, rewind it for just the perfect timing, have the picture set up. And there were episodes where we had 30, 40 pictures, and I had to do this over and over and over. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, okay, I'm just going to mute this because I'm tired of hearing my voice.
The Pokemon episode, was it?
The fucking the Pokemon episode and the wrestling episode were the banes of my existence because we did so many wrestlers talking about all the different wrestlers, and I had to keep making sure they all popped up at the right times and the Pokemon popping up at the right times. And it's just like the evolution of where we started with, what we were using then, where we're at now. You know, Ozzy's got a computer, he's got a microphone. We're all set up now, you know, and it just goes to show that people that are out there that are building podcasts, you can start from nothing and end up with something. And I can tell you, we have done this for a year. We have not made a penny. We don't do this because we're trying to get rich. We're
doing it so we can get free toys.
Now, if we got rich and got free toys, that would be fucking awesome. Somebody sponsor us, please. Help us out here. But that's not the main reason. That's not why we want to do this. This has been a dream of Ozzy's for a long time. And I just wanted to always do something. I've always wanted to do something. I wanted to stream, or I was wanting to do stuff. I don't even listen or watch podcasts.
No.
So I had no idea what the hell I was signing up for.
We both needed a creative outlet.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we needed. And that's why we're doing this. We both love talking to each other. We love shooting the shit. We love challenging ourselves by coming up with some awkward topics or topical topics. And then throwing it all together, you know, and it gives us an excuse to just sit here for an hour each week and bullshit.
Right.
So, but
it's keeping the human connection.
Yeah.
I really appreciate that. And man, like we have struggled, and we've struggled on the topics. I don't think we've struggled anymore, or at least I haven't struggled any more than when we did our last week's episode.
That was the Dwarves are Dwarves episode.
I struggled so hard to not be offensive and be genuine and to be topical, but steered away from that because it's controversial. I feel like my worst work was last week. I really do.
I know I've had some bad ones too, where I've straight up told you, like, look, dude, I'm winging this. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. You're running the show. Just ask me some questions and then I get throwing my 2 cents. Like Batman amongst Batman.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, but 90% of that was like you.
Bro, that was a lot of research too, and a lot of pictures. Thankfully, we figured out how to do slideshows on here, and that wasn't a post-production type of thing.
No, that was actually done. So the way we did that one is Google Drive actually allows you to make slideshows. StreamYard allows you to import Google slideshows. So you can actually run the slideshow as you're doing StreamYard. So, I mean, this has all been a learning process for all of us.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Then we started. Oh, no, go ahead.
No, please, you.
I was going to say, way down the line, we ended up starting to do some of Ozzy's unboxing as well.
Yeah, I carried over my unboxings from my YouTube channel over to our channel, and I figured If I was going to do it, I wanted to do it for us. I still have to do. I still struggling with finding a consistency with that, and I don't know how to piggyback off of what I'm doing now into like scheduling the time to do that. I enjoy doing it. I enjoy the unboxings. It gives me an excuse to keep buying shit.
See, and I tried. I really have tried. So they haven't been aired yet, but I did the Age of Apocalypse Sugar Man wave, and I did 7 videos, each one unboxing and talk about them. And I'm not gonna lie, like he makes it look easy. I've watched his videos and he makes it look easy, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, fuck, what do I talk about while I'm opening this fucking toy? I'm like, and then at the end, I'm sitting here. I'm like, "Here's the toy." I looked at the videos. I haven't even edited them yet, and I'm just like, I think my videos are shit compared to your videos.
Okay, so to compare, I did an unboxing of the Bonebreaker wave from Marvel Legends, and when I was doing that, I had sheets and sheets and sheets of notes for each character. And I knew after I recorded it, like how I wanted each one to lay out. So I went out and I laid them all out, each individual one. Like I had notes, dude, because I was like, okay, what am I going to talk about while I'm opening this figure? Well, I can talk about this character. Like, what is this character in comics? So
see, and that's what I was doing during mine as well. And I was pulling mine out my ass. So I might have gotten some stuff wrong. I might have gotten some stuff right, hopefully. But I was just pulling it from memory from reading the comics.
Right. And that's probably a lot more genuine the way you have it. And I'm just reading shit.
Yeah, but at least yours are backed by facts. Mine are based on old memories. And then like I get to like Jean Grey, and I'm like, I don't care about Jean Grey. I don't really remember much. Here's Jean Grey. Like, you know.
Oh, that reminds me. You should be getting Blink soon if you haven't gotten her already.
Nope, I haven't gotten her yet. I did get my Hulk. You can see him because the camera's flipped right there.
Nice.
He's right behind Juggernaut. So I got Juggernaut doing the super pose, and then Hulk's just behind him, like looking down on him because he's so freaking massive. Which I totally plan to paint that Hulk gray for the Age of Apocalypse Hulk. Hulk was in Age of Apocalypse, but only briefly.
Right. This is about as briefly as Morph was in the Age of Apocalypse episodes of X-Men.
Yeah, Morph was actually more involved in the Age of Apocalypse in the comics, though.
Oh no, I know the white face Morph too.
Oh yeah. Well, that was the introduction of the white face Morph.
Yeah,
was the Age of Apocalypse series.
God, okay, so I've tried to, at a certain point, I wanted to read X-Men like chronologically.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I did find a site though. So I'm actually going through and I am rereading the Age of Apocalypse.
Right.
And so I don't even know what the site is. So it's marvel.com comics guides. So the website is marvel.com/comics/guides.
Right.
And what's really cool, I don't know if y'all can see this, but it actually goes through. So it pulls you up and it tells you how to read them in Marvel Unlimited. So Prelude to Age of Apocalypse, suggested reading order, and it gives you the order in which you should read all of these comics.
Marvel Unlimited itself does that too.
So, okay. So, but it jumps around. Like, it goes from X-Men 1991, number 39, to Uncanny X-Men 1963, number 320. Like, it jumps around, but it keeps it chronologically in order via the comics. Like, even though the comics kind of jump around a whole lot, like, it's pretty awesome the way it does it, though. So, yeah.
Yeah, I found some. Okay, so I kind of quit it on that, and then I started to read. I wanted to at least get what's going on in modern day X-Men, and I found a website that had it like from um everything that started with the whole Krakoa X-Men thing, and then I took this list, I copy and pasted it, and I put it in my notes. And
nice.
So now I have a checklist, and whenever I get done with an issue, I delete it off the list, and then I go on to the next one.
That's so handy,
right? But
that's pretty handy.
So this is only for reading an update, keeping up with the Krakoa X-Men. After that, it's going to be another list for something else.
So, what made you want to start with Max Greco?
With the modern X-Men?
Yeah, that's his first name is Max Greco.
Max Greco.
Greco.
Who's Max Greco?
Isn't that what you're saying, Greco?
Krakoa.
Oh, crack! I thought you were saying Max Greco as in the artist. So I thought
no.
you were just following his. Like
no, the Krakoa X-Men, the new
okay,
the new modern X-Men.
I thought you were saying Greco because so Max Greco is one of the artists who does a lot of the comics art. They jump up between a whole bunch of artists and everything. The original being the Jim Lees, and which are still probably my favorite.
Right. I don't know the artists as much. I don't really know the writers either. I want to read the stories. I know when I see an artist I don't like, and I'm like, oh God, how long are they on this run?
Yeah.
Like, okay, prime example. When I was reading, I got into the New Mutants era, and Bill Sienkiewicz was doing New Mutants, and I hate his art. I hate it. I absolutely. It looks like fucking like just doodle sketches. Some people love his art, but it's not for me. So I'm like, how much longer do I have to read when we're on to another artist?
Yeah, and I'm in the same book too. Like I tried to watch or tried to read the new Your Neighborhood Spider-Man, the new one that recently came out, and I just, for starters, the storyline.
Yeah,
they got so much wrong.
Right.
But the art too. I can't get into the art. I'm having a hard
it looks
problem
like
with that.
You can definitely tell it was made on an iPad.
It looks like that. Yeah, absolutely, it does. But that's stuff like this. This is the big thing about me and him. This is us, like almost not even podcasting right now. This is just us getting into a tangent about things. And one of the things I do love about us coming back together is you've got me reading comic books again. And that to me is pretty awesome. You got me into Marvel Unlimited, and I had it for about 6-8 months, and I barely ever read anything.
Right.
And then I started actually, I was like, well, fuck, I'm just reading random stuff. Let me start reading something I really liked, and I can't put it down.
Right. It's exactly what happened to me when I was reading X-Men, and then I was like, I need to take a break from X-Men. I'll do Ghost Rider. I need a break from this. Let me do something else.
And that's what's so cool about Marvel Unlimited. And you can pick up right where you left off with other ones because it saves a lot of the stuff that you have added to your library. So, yeah, Marvel Unlimited, 2 thumbs up.
Definitely. And you're going to get two subscriptions out of this podcast because I can't use yours. I can't use it. I got to have my own.
Oh well.
I gotta have my own. I gotta have my own viewed history. Like,
yeah,
I just can't.
I bet you're looking at mine like, the fuck is he doing?
No, like, because this is just a reflection of you. I see it. It's like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
No, I just can't. I gotta have my own. It's like having your own profile on Netflix. Don't go on my profile and fuck up my algorithm. My kids go on my Netflix and they'll watch something on mine, and I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you have your own playlist. Leave mine alone.
And my wife will do that. And we had to go through on each thing and make her own profile for each one, because all of a sudden on my Amazon account, I'm getting different drag queen shows, RuPaul shows, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Why are you suggesting out of all the horror movies and B-budget films and Godzilla films that I watch, what the fuck makes you think I want to watch RuPaul's drag show? Come to find out, the missus was watching some trans whatever drag queen horror show and RuPaul and other stuff. And I was like, no, you got to make your own account. Like, I can't do this, man. I can't do this.
Oh, I don't want to see the suggestions. I don't want oh my god, like if like I would get these Nickelodeon shows, I'm like
yeah,
no, not watching Sam and Cat. I don't want to watch Lizzie McGuire or whatever it is. Like I don't want it. I don't want it. Just show me something similar to Vikings and Dexter, and we're good.
What about Severance, or did you finish that?
That's one of the reasons why I was a little late tonight.
Oh, were you watching Severance?
I'm on the last episode in the middle of it, and I forgot what time it was.
We'll give each other reminders sometimes too.
Yeah,
like it'll be like, because now he's actually doing the streaming, and whereas I was doing it before, and I would be like, hey, it's 9:30. What's going on? Or he would message me and be like, "Are we doing this tonight?" Like, fuck, yeah, I gotta get ready.
Although we've had a consistent release, like it's been pretty consistent. It's been Wednesdays for most of the year now.
Yeah. Originally, we were doing Mondays, but
our recording schedule has not been consistent.
No, we are the worst. I know I'm pretty bad, but it goes both ways over here. Be like, all right, we doing this tonight? No. How about tomorrow? How about like 3 days from now? Right. Okay.
How about the day before we release it?
Like what we're doing right now?
Right. But that's okay. I mean, look. I mean, despite all that, like, you have your life, and your life is not only just yours, but it's also your wife's,
yep.
and your dad's, and your father-in-law, and like I have, I have me, and then I have my girls' lives, and then I have Tessa's, and we both work full time.
Yeah.
I actually work a part-time job too. So this has been a fortunate way for both of us to be fulfilled artistically that fits our schedule.
And a little bit autistically.
A little autistic.
Oh man.
So I honestly, are we a number one podcast? No. Do we have thousands of downloads and likes and subscriptions? No. But I am being fulfilled by doing this, and I feel satisfaction with just putting it out there and doing something with you, and doing something that I want to do, that I enjoy doing. Mm-hmm. I appreciate it, and it's been so great for me.
Well, since you brought something up, let's go through a little breakdown here.
We're going to talk numbers?
We're going to talk numbers. Something we don't actually talk about that much, to be honest with you. No. We've had a couple of videos that were pretty good, and we were boasting to each other about that, but we've got some videos that were and it's a little, I mean, like I said, we're not doing this for the money, but we still want to see success and growth.
Oh, sure. Definitely.
We still want to see the views. We still want to see likes. We still want to see comments. Even though, like I said, we're not doing it for the money. We just want, an artist paints a painting and he would like to show it off and he'd like it to be appreciated. That's kind of what we're doing here. This is our painting.
Mm-hmm.
So in 1 year, we have a total of 21,000 views. We have 308 1.4 watched time hours. We have 236 subscribers.
Yeah.
So that's actually really awesome for us as far as the subscribers.
Hey, subscribers. Thank you. 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 Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And so on, and up to 236.
If I could see like the list of who our subscribers are, I would make a video thanking each one of them individually.
You know, I can pull up most of our subscribers, right?
I have not been able to find a way to do that.
So let's see. I know that I pulled it up one time because one of the things that I do but you might not know that I do on YouTube, whenever we get a new subscriber alert, so any person that subscribes to us, I subscribe back to them. There are a lot of people that have 0 videos that subscribe to us. I still subscribe to them.
I did not know you
Now,
did that.
I think some people have it set to where you can't see their stuff. Which means when they subscribe, they kind of subscribe anonymously. So, like, I've actually got it pulled up right now, and I can go over some of the subscriptions, the people.
I think that needs to be an episode of its own.
But yeah, we can definitely do that because there's a lot of people that have shown us support and everything. And yep, there it is. I got the list pulled up. Now, this is not 236. However, yeah, I mean, it's weird. Like, this list looks like it's like maybe 50, 60 people, which means that there's a lot of people that have actually subscribed to us that I can't see their information, which is okay.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, hell, doing this entire thing too, I've learned a lot of YouTube.
Right. Right. But, and I've learned a lot of editing. One of my favorite things I like to do is to do our TikToks videos. Or do our intros, the little half-ass animations that I try to do with our logos.
And I love those. I love the intro videos. And I think I'm pretty decent at doing CapCut and editing images. It's just regular image. I'm pretty decent at that.
Right.
But when it comes to the videos and stuff, that guy is awesome.
I have fun. Like, I've experimented so much with CapCut, so I find little tricks and ways to fake animations, and it's just fun. It's just I do have a hoot doing it. I think the most recent one, the Dwarfs and Dwarfs one's a little too long. Yeah, that was a little too long. But the most thing I'm proud of is when I created your opening for your unboxing videos.
Yeah, which maybe people will see someday.
Maybe. I hope so. I hope so. I hope at least you get one more video. You get one video out before I do my next one. Well, I've been stalling on my next one because I wanted to do a compare. And I didn't have the figure to compare the new figure to until yesterday.
Okay. So I was going to do all of the Age of Apocalypse.
Yeah.
And I got the second wave in, the Colossus wave.
Oh, you got it already?
Yeah, they're already on the shelf.
Did you do the video?
No, I did not make
video. Said, fuck it,
I was like, fuck it. I just want to build Colossus and put him on the shelf.
All right. I get it.
In fact, he's actually... Nope, you can't see him. He's right behind me. Yeah, no, you can't see him. He's behind me. But yeah, I wanted to, and I was just like, I don't know, man.
Doing the unboxing videos can take a little bit of the fun out of it. Like, because are you doing this because you want to collect it? Or are you doing this because you want to make a video?
And that's my thing. It's like, I just want to collect them.
And I have literally like big Tupperware totes full of stuff that I'm waiting to unbox for a video. Where I'm like, I just need to go ahead and just unbox it and do the great unboxing part 2, and then just have them on the shelves and say fuck it.
See, and that's what I'm doing with that over there.
Yeah,
that's a cabinet filled with unopened, Spawns, old school, Toy Biz, X-Men, and other things. I've oh man, I've really been wanting to open a lot of those, especially that Nova. I really want to open that Nova so bad from the Silver Surfer series.
Dude, I tell you, that one looks great. You have to leave that one in box and just buy another one to unbox.
I think I will.
And she's not all that expensive. We found her on
No,
eBay.
she's actually really cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you probably even see her probably at one of the dozens or more collectibles and comic book shops you have there in Houston.
Probably. I mean, even on different sites and everything, I've been seeing her going for sale. So,
but I do have to say, like, that's one of the things that I found is like I love the hunt. When I'm looking for something, I like. I know, of course, I can get it on eBay. That's easy. To find it in the wild.
Yeah, that I will say there's something nice about finding it in the wild. I don't really get out much to go to a lot of different places.
Right.
So I'm not gonna lie. I will eBay hunt and I will go to different Facebook pages and try to see what I can find there, and hopefully I can snag me something nice. In fact, I actually snagged a while back the Venom pool line. But it was just the loose figures without the Build-A-Figure. And so, I was actually okay with that because maybe I'll just eventually buy the actual Venom pool. But it was cool because sometimes when you do it like that, I'm like, I wasn't that interested in the Venom pool. Right. I was interested in a lot of the other ones. Sure. So actually saved me some money, saved me some shipping, and it brought the price way down, which was pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
So online hunting, not necessarily eBay, but online hunting on different groups is actually pretty fun because there's a lot of cherries in there.
No, I get it. I've been fortunate enough, like with my current situation, like I don't have my kids all the time anymore, so I'm like looking for something to fill the free time that I do get. So I've discovered how much I love flea markets.
Oh.
And, it's not helpful, but it's fun.
You want to know an awesome, super amazing fact about where we live now? We're 20 minutes away from Trader's Village.
I miss Trader's Village so much, dude.
Trader's Village is the best. So for those that don't know, not familiar with the area, Trader's Village is a place where it is a outdoor it's like, damn it, what's the word I'm looking for here? So it's an outdoor shop. Everybody brings all of their stuff, and it is huge. I mean, I don't think that you can go to each one of the stalls in one day. Like a flea market. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
So it's a giant outdoor flea market. And like I said, I really don't think you can visit every single stall every single day in one day. And
not really
go through and see everything. Now, I mean, you might be able to pop your head in and leave, but you can't explore that place in a day.
No.
I mean, it's such an amazing flea market.
Dude, it's like a, what is it? Like 3 or 4 football fields big.
Maybe more, because they even have the auto section.
Right. And they have, but like, and it's all like garage units, like storage units. And each storage unit like is like 2 or 3 wide, and they have each individual sellers in there, and everybody.
And it's not like you walk up and it's just a table. They decorate that place because they have that unit year round. Like this is people's livings, is where they make their living off of selling this stuff. In fact, it's so big, they have their own cons there now. They actually have like different like anime con and comic book con conventions at Trader's Village. It's that big of a deal here now.
Yeah.
So, and I've been wanting to go. I haven't.
They have
made it up there
amusement
yet.
park rides.
Oh my god, I didn't know they had that now.
Oh, so it's been a while since you've been.
Dude, it has been years since we've been, because we've spent the last like 10 plus years over there towards the Galveston side, which means that it's about an hour and a half away from us.
Yeah, that's still Trader's Village is honestly like the place that I want to take Tess to when we go to Houston.
Oh, dude, she would love it.
Oh my god, yeah.
And the kids would absolutely love it. There's just, God, there's so much stuff there.
Yeah, no, my girls loved it. They loved going with me too, whenever we would go. And God, I'm trying to think of the last time I went. Last time I went there, we watched wrestling there. In one of the pavilions in the back, they had an independent wrestling show there.
Oh man, that's cool.
And my girls thought it was a hoot because the heel was a bald guy, and he kept telling the ref that the good guy was pulling his hair. And the girls were like, "He doesn't have hair, Dad. He couldn't pull his hair. He doesn't have hair."
That's some funny shit.
It was good. It was fun. It was a hoot, but I love that place. And you can eat, like you can get food,
there's so
do
much
amusement park rides. You can get a piñata and a new refrigerator
and a neon sign, custom made,
and a custom made neon sign. You can get a puppy
and get a tune-up all at the same time too, because there's an entire section just for vehicles.
Oh yeah, get your tires changed too.
Yeah. Traders Village is awesome.
Yeah.
Now Traders Village has absolutely nothing to do. This is prime example of how we get side railed all the time. I need a little horn. We used to do this in Dungeons and Dragons. In one of my old campaigns, we had, you remember those old wooden train horns that you would blow and go poo poo, and it would make like the horn of like a train? Mm-hmm. Yeah, we actually had one of those at our table, and the DM every once in a while would have to pick it up and start blowing it that's the derail horn for us to get back on topic. Oh my god.
Okay, so let's get back on topic then.
Yeah.
Okay, so one of our most viewed episodes.
We do podcasts.
One of our most viewed episodes, in which caught us completely by surprise, was the Beetlejuice stuff.
It really was.
Our shorts and our full episode for Beetlejuice completely took me off guard how much views it had. Even our TikTok on it was amazing. It's like, okay,
it really was.
Okay, they people have taken a peek at us. And we have to make sure that we try so hard. I think we tried too hard, and stopped. Like we weren't genuine for a little bit after that.
A little bit,
but it was amazing. And
so that's been a
high I've been trying to chase ever since.
That episode was September 18th, 2024, and prior to that episode, we had a lot of episodes before that was 18 views, 10 views, 15 views, 14 views, 10 views. One of our episodes had 3. And then all of a sudden we filmed this one, Beetlejuice, right when Beetlejuice came out, 179 views, 8 likes, and that just blew us away. Yeah. And then there was the shorts.
The shorts that came out, and I still have my ticket for Beetlejuice. I actually had it right here next to me.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, when we discovered doing the shorts, we thought, oh, do we just do shorts now? Is that what we just do now?
Yep. So we had, 3,738 views on why Gina Davis and Alec Baldwin didn't return to Beetlejuice, a 35-second video.
That's wild.
Yeah, I mean, it was just holy shit. I did these overnight, and bam, and it was, and I'm not gonna lie, man. I remember that night, and I'm sitting here, and we're trying to go to sleep, and I'm just hitting refresh, and every time I'd hit refresh, it was going up by 30 and 40 every single time. Yeah, that blew me away.
It was amazing. And that's what we're doing this for, I guess. Maybe too. Like, I mean, yeah, we want, and like what we were talking about before, is like we're doing this because we want to. I think when we started, we really wanted to have a community. We wanted to have a community of people. I mean, not just fans of ours, but like a group of people of shared and common interests. Like to really like grow, not a family, but like a commune of community. Yeah. And
we wanted to bring the community together of like-minded dorks and nerds. It's called OZ and the Freak Talk Geek, but whether you're a geek, a nerd, a dork, it doesn't freaking matter. If you don't even want to call yourself any of those, but you like all of this shit, that's one of the biggest things we wanted to do. So we wanted to create a community of like-minded individuals who can come together and just bullshit about a lot of this stuff and not be afraid of criticism.
Right.
We talk about Godzilla, we talk about Wicked Witch, we talk about Wizard of Oz, we talk about X-Men, we talk about horror movies, comic books, video games, everything. It doesn't matter. If it's in the world of any of that stuff, dude, we're all about it.
Right. Unless it's anime, then we're kind of weird about it.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not necessarily that we're weird about it. We're just not, we're not weebs.
No weebs here.
No. Now there are some animes I do like.
Same. I called number 4 a weeb the other day, and she was like, "What?" What is that, Dad?
I only know the word weeb because of my old roommate back at our old place.
Right.
He liked anime, and he told me what the word weeb was, and so every time I'd see him, I'd call him, "You fucking weeb." And he's the only reason I even know what a weeb meant.
Right. I just number 4 is she's into some odd ones, like not even like the hugely popular ones. She's like into some weird offshoot ones. Although she loves like the Miyazaki stuff. And we were talking about this before, is that she's also into the Leica Studio stuff.
Yep. So we're going to have her.
We were going to have her when either right before or right after Leica's new movie Wildwood comes out. And I'm just like super excited about doing this with her. She's seen it. She watches us. She's like, "Dad, you guys curse a lot." Yes, we do curse a lot. Put your fucking tablet down and go to bed. But that's like, because we're adults. I can't wait to share this with her.
Hey, and for what it's worth, we clicked the little button on there that says "not for kids."
No, this is true, and this is not for kids. Even my own kids, but they, along with like almost everybody else in my life, well, not even almost everybody else in my life, has been so supportive of me doing this and this show, and they see how I am afterwards, and even if they don't watch it, they know that I'm finally doing something that I really enjoy doing, and I'm sharing that, and I'm not doing it by myself. I'm sharing it, like, and knowing that they care so much and they appreciate what I'm doing, even if it's not what I'm doing, but that I'm doing something and I'm enjoying myself, and then it makes my heart fill. I don't know.
Getting all emo on me.
A little bit.
I just figured on you.
But I love doing this, and I love doing this podcast, and I've been so appreciative of everybody that supported us. Everybody from like your old man watching our videos, or even Tess allowing me to record in the middle of the night when I could possibly wake up her children. And even my own dad, who helped me get this computer that I have.
We've gotten a lot of support, man.
And it's because they see how good it is for us. and I really want to do good for other people too. If we can make you laugh, if we can teach you something, if we could, or at least give you an hour to forget about your problems and geek out with us about other shit. That's what I want.
And I'm not going to lie. You know who I really hope this video reaches? I really hope that, yes, our subscribers watch this. I want our friends, I want our family to watch this. But I really hope this particular video right here actually gets viewed by people who aren't doing podcasts but want to, or people who aren't streaming but want to. People that are afraid to get in front of the camera. This is new to us, but you gotta break the stride of I want to do it, but I can't, and then coming up with excuses. There's, like I said, people do this with their phones. You don't have to have a lot of high tech equipment. You can start from nothing and end up with something great. I really hope that the people, the dreamers, the believers, those people, I hope those are the ones that this video reaches out to the most, because I want you to see, we started from nothing and now we're here. I don't know where we're here is, but who's to say where we're going to be at a year from now?
Right.
I mean, as long as you're happy with what you're doing, that's really all that matters at the end of the day.
Sure, man. And like, not everybody can have a freak that's going to hold their OZ accountable, but maybe you can be the freak and hold your OZ accountable, or maybe you can ask your freak to hold you accountable. Yeah. And just do it. Like, what to be scared of? There's 1,000 things that get broadcast on the internet, millions of people trying, and just doing it. If we can inspire you to start your dream, even if your dream is to do a podcast or do unboxings or be on YouTube, or what if it's just, hey, like, your dream is to start practicing drawing, so maybe you could be a tattoo artist. Mm-hmm. Just do it. Just start. Like, why wait? Because we're not getting any younger.
Nope.
And it's up to you to find your own joy. And like, what are you waiting on?
The more and more and more you allow yourself to come up with excuses and allow those excuses to stop you, the more you're just going to put off and you'll never do anything. Right. That was the biggest comment that he came up with, that I came up with, when he said that he's always wanted to do this. And I said, well, fuck, what's stopping you? Shit, there's really nothing stopping us. So we just did it.
No, the technology caught up to where we could. And the technology is there pretty much for anybody to do anything that they want to do.
There's free programs. There's OBS. There's a lot of, I use a free version of Clipchamp for editing. So, I mean, there's a lot of free software out there.
Yeah.
I do pay for StreamYard now. But that's my choice.
Right.
That's my contribution. I choose to do that. There's other free software. There's a whole bunch of stuff. There's communities out there that are out there to try and help people, fulfill your dream and do what you want to do. All you got to do is you got to take that first step.
That's it. You got to make that first podcast, and then don't broadcast it, but try
and then film a second one and broadcast that one.
Yeah.
So before we end our show, man,
right,
I gotta ask, of the 51, this being 52, or actually whatever, of the 52 episodes that we have, which one was your favorite? That in general that you enjoyed doing?
I know what my least favorite one was.
Oh God, what?
It was Dwarves and Dwarves. That's my least favorite episode. Man, I really I love our Ghostbusters episode.
Uh-huh.
That one's like the closest to my heart because it was the topic that's the closest to my heart.
600-pound Twinkie.
All right. But I think I had the most. I think I honestly had the most fun episode. Kaiju My Kaiju.
All right.
And the reason why is because not only I learned so much about Godzilla, which I didn't know at all, and I always appreciate learning anything, especially if I don't have to just fall down a Wikipedia rabbit hole. But I got to see my best friend really geek out, like hardcore geek out on more than like I didn't think you would geek out like any harder than like whenever we talk about like tabletop gaming and stuff like that or horror movies. But to see your enthusiasm and see the joy you had for sharing Godzilla with me, that was my favorite podcast. And I didn't have shit to do with that one.
No, you just sat back, asked questions.
I made the opening video
occasionally. Yeah.
What about you? What was your favorite?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. My absolute favorite video was Kaiju My Kaiju because of that exact thing. I 100% just got to just geek out about Godzilla. I love Godzilla. I grew up with Godzilla. It's some of the fondest memories I have from my childhood of watching Godzilla with my old man and him introducing me into Godzilla. And I just, the evolution of it, where it started from, where it's at. And it's just, yeah, that's one of my biggest things, man. And it made me realize too how much I absolutely love Godzilla. It's like I didn't realize how big of a fanboy I was for Godzilla until I started, coming up with stuff for that show. Right. And I'm just like, holy shit, there's so much of this I don't have to look up.
No. That's what I get. That's what I'm saying, man. It's like I got to see like this was like a part of your soul. And that I'm the type of person that I wanted somebody to see that in me. Yeah. So since I got to see that in you, I love it so much. I really do. I think it's awesome.
My favorite one, to be honest with you, that I loved seeing you geek out on was Sex and Violence, A Muppet Tale. Because there's so much information that I did not know about Muppets that you were just going off on. And that was one of the happiest that I saw you. I mean, 600-pound Twinkie, seeing you talk about, Ghostbusters brings up a lot of memories and everything. But I will say one of the happiest that I saw, like, for you, would have been the Muppets video.
It's partially because I got to actually perform with my Muppet. I've been wanting to do something with that damn Muppet for so long. It's been sitting in my closet for years and just waiting for me to do something with it. And then it like fell apart while I was doing it. So I was just like, well, holy shit. But I love it. I love the Muppets. And that's weird. Like you look at me and think, well, this guy loves Muppet. I do. I absolutely love Muppets. Or puppets and puppetry all around, which even sounds even weirder. But I'm glad I got to share that with you.
And my least favorite episode would probably be What the Fuck is the Internet?
God, I'm trying to remember that episode.
So that was the episode where we were discussing where we were when the internet happened and how social media has affected the world.
I think we were getting too much in our own asses on that one.
A little bit. But at the same time, it's like when we originally discussed this podcast, we discussed all worlds and spectrums of the geek world.
Right.
which also includes technology advancements, and so on. Which, if you haven't noticed, despite having a video about the internet and when the internet first came out and where it's led to now and social media, the good and the bad that it's led to, that we haven't really gone back on any technology. We appreciate technology and stuff, but it is a part of the world of the geekdom that we use every single day all around us, but it's not something we follow. Right. And it's not something that we're overwhelmingly interested in, it's one of the things that we've actually kind of pushed off to the side, because originally we were going to talk about, we had an idea for like cell phones and stuff and where they started and whatnot. But we've had a lot of ideas, for technology, but it's just one of the ones that we don't really enjoy talking about all that much.
Right. Did you know? Okay, so you do know that I did the podcast before this one years ago.
Yes.
You know about it.
Redemption of Foot and Mouth.
Right.
Was that episode
of a Foot and Mouth was my first episode, and there's a story behind the title. But what my original concept was, and which we have kind of done, was that the original title of the show was Ozzy and His Geeks. Was that each week I would talk to somebody different about what they geek out about, what they love, and have a different topic each week. Like I would talk to, do you remember, not my roommate, but my friend Nick?
Yeah.
He was huge into wrestling. So I would talk to him one week about wrestling. And then I would talk to like Luke about Star Wars, or, you know what I mean? And like, I would talk to you about role-playing games, and go on and on and on and on. That was kind of like where I wanted to go. Now, one of the episodes that we've done that I really enjoyed, because it kind of fit my original format, was when we had Tim on here for the Wicked episode. So having Tim here, who knew more about Wicked than you and I did, fit that original format, and we didn't have to know everything about it.
Which saved my ass a lot, because it wasn't about Wizard of Oz. It was about Wicked.
Right.
And I had never seen, watched, or heard anything about Wicked. And I had to fucking read that book just so I can do that podcast.
Right.
I read the whole thing,
but didn't it, like, didn't you breathe a sigh of relief to know that Tim was on there to help?
Oh, dude, he kicked ass, and he helped so much. And I'm just like, I'm just going to let these two fucking guys talk, and then I'm just going to draw up weird questions that I have about this shit.
And that's perfect. But that's kind of like, if it's like a technology episode or even stuff outside of our geekdom, I still want to do that. I still want to have somebody that we know, or maybe one of our listeners that we can reach out to that say, hey, I'm really into this. I would love to come on the show and talk about it. I'm open to it.
Absolutely.
Like, I want to know what shit. I want to know what you talk. I want to know what you geek about. This is OZ and the Freak Talk Geek. Let's talk geek with you.
Yeah.
And with that is our open invitation. Anybody who's viewing this, please drop us a line, drop us a comment. Let us know. Slide into our DMs if you're feeling frisky. And you can reach us at all of our social medias: OATFTG, OZ and the Freak Talk Geek. We're on X. We're on Instagram, TikTok.
Are we on X?
Yes, we are on X. We're even on Blue Sky. So, and
Blue
join
Chew?
our face, huh?
Blue Chew?
Blue Sky. We don't have the Blue Chew sponsorship yet, but I'm willing to try.
That's why I keep bringing it up.
But thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for viewing. Thank you so much for going on this journey this year with us. Happy birthday to OZ and the Freak Talk Geek. For the Freak, I'm OZ.
And we've been talking to Geek.
Thank you.
Too early?